does the statue from the book of Daniel still exist? Babylon. It is easy to accept the head of the statue as Babylon, the breastplate as Media and Persian. But when it comes to the legs, many denominations do not accept that this is Rome. For that we must first find out about the stone that destroys the statue. For this we can begin to read Daniel 2:45. In this verse it mentions the stone that destroyed the statue, which represented the world kingdoms. A very interesting phrase from the verse is that God made it known what will happen in the future. So we are clear that what is being said is linked to the future. We can also read in Daniel 2:35, and this clearly states that the stone destroys the statue, and there are no traces of the statue left. And it defines that the stone turns into a mountain and fills the earth. Now we must have a question in mind. Has the stone already come or not? For that, let's just take a part of the verse from Daniel 2:35, in which it says that there are no more traces of the statue. And now we go to the verse of Daniel 2:38, in which it mentions that Nebuchadnezzar and the reign of Babylon with all his dominion and strength, was the head. So the kingdom made up of all facts and information and constructions, is the kingdom of Babylon. And in Daniel 2:35, it says that after the stone there are no traces of the kingdoms. Now here we can see a stone, called the Hammurabi Code, based on the law of Talion, which says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That law was the basis of the Semitic peoples, and the foundation of Babylon. These laws have been passed down through the ages and are even used as the basis for several current laws. So we have that there are traces of Babylon, which defines that the stone did not destroy the statue. Here we can see the Ishitar portal, which was the entrance to Babylon. This portal was rebuilt for visitation, and the so-called lapis lazuli was applied, with this blue tint. So people can visit and feel what it was like in Babylonian times. The question is, are there no traces of Babylon? So the stone destroyed the statue or not? Here we can see a fresco, that is to say a sculpted wall, with drawings and cuneiform writing from the Babylonian period, in which you can see the history of that time, and understand how these people lived, and who they were. The question again remains, are there any traces of Babylon? So the stone destroyed the statue or not? And here we can see the reconstruction of a wall in the city of Babylon, containing its details, and how they were made, with clay bricks. Dragons and lions were placed on the walls representing their deities, Tiamat and Marduk. And so we are aware of the Babylonian deities and how they were exposed. The question remains, are there any traces of Babylon? So the stone destroyed the statue or not? And if the stone did not destroy the statue, so as not to leave traces of Babylon, then where would we be? Wouldn't we be at the feet of the statue waiting for the stone that would no longer leave traces of Babylon? So the real logic is that the statue was not destroyed, and that we are at the feet of the statue, on the verge of a kingdom that will never end, be established, and so there will be no more vestiges of Babylon.
If you are looking for more content from different areas, visit the reformadorstad.com website. News and detailed content can be found with system of research and organization of text and video.